The ranch was quiet that afternoon, save for the hum of cicadas and the soft shuffle of my dogs patrolling the fence line. I had just finished feeding the horses when I heard the faint metallic rattle of my side gate. Now, that gate doesn't just swing open on its own. It's got a heavy latch and a chain, which meant only one thing: someone was trying to open it. I wiped my hands on my jeans and walked over, and sure enough, there she was, HOA Karen, half wedged between the posts, her manicure catching on the chain as she fumbled with the lock. "What the hell are you doing on my property?" I called. She jumped like she'd been shot, then plastered on a fake smile. "Oh, I was just checking on your animals." I stared at her. "Checking on my animals?" "Yes," she huffed, straightening her blouse. "They seem aggressive. I've had several HOA complaints about the noise, and it's my responsibility to ensure neighborhood safety. Frankly, they're too violent. You could be cited." I blinked at her, trying to process the sheer audacity. My animals? Dangerous? These were working dogs, herding stock, bred for loyalty and discipline. The horses she was glaring at were gentler than a rocking chair. "They're fine," I said flatly. "Now get off my property." Karen clucked her tongue. "You can't order me off. The HOA has authority to inspect properties for compliance. And from what I've seen, you're non-compliant." I couldn't help it. I laughed. "Karen, this isn't a suburban cul-de-sac. This is a ranch. Your HOA has zero say here." Her face twisted. "We'll see about that. I'll call animal control. You'll be cited, maybe even fined." I crossed my arms, smirking. "Go ahead. But when you call, make sure you tell them you broke into private property without permission." That shut her up for half a second. But instead of backing down, she marched straight into the yard, heading for the kennels where my K9 shepherds were resting. "Hey!" I barked. "Stop right there." Too late. One of the shepherds let out a sharp warning bark. Not aggressive, just the kind of bark that says you don't belong here. Karen froze like a deer in headlights. "Call them off," she shrieked. "They're attacking me." The dogs hadn't even moved from their posts, but her scream was enough to draw the attention of my neighbor, who came running from across the fence line. And wouldn't you know it, he had his phone out already recording. Karen spun, pointing at the camera. "These dogs are a menace. They're out of control. I'm calling 911 right now." She dialed, shrieking into the phone about feral attack animals and neglect. 5 minutes later, a county sheriff's cruiser rolled up the drive. Karen practically sprinted to meet them. "Thank God you're here. Arrest him before those beasts kill someone." The deputy stepped out, adjusted his belt, and walked over to me. "Afternoon. We got a call about dangerous animals." I gestured to the shepherds, who were now sitting calmly, tails wagging. "These are registered working dogs, trained for ranch work and certified with the sheriff's department for K9 drills. They haven't so much as touched her." The deputy raised an eyebrow. "That true?" I pulled out a folder from the feed shed, a full set of certifications, vaccination records, and training licenses. All current, all legal. Karen's face fell. But they barked at me." The deputy sighed. "Ma'am, you entered private property without permission. The dogs were protecting their territory. That's not a crime." Karen's jaw dropped. "What? You're not going to arrest him?" The deputy shook his head. "No, ma'am. But I am going to arrest you for trespassing." The look on her face when the cuffs came out was priceless. She wailed, stomped, and screamed that the HOA will have my badge for this. But the deputy didn't even flinch. As he loaded her into the cruiser, he tipped his hat at me. "Good dogs," he said with a grin. I crouched, scratching the shepherds behind the ears. "Yeah, best neighbors I've got." And as the squad car pulled away with Karen howling in the back seat, the ranch settled back into its quiet rhythm. Loyal dogs on guard, horses grazing in the pasture, and peace restored.